Please greet the people and say welcome and then introduce yourselves. I'm serious.
Hi.
Hello. I'm Katega's father.
Hello everybody, welcome to Speak Votomi. Thank you so much for joining me. I know it's been a while since I've been on here. I took a 2 weeks mini break because I've been trying to get the specific video out for a long time and certain individuals kept postponing, but I'm so excited that it's finally happening. So today you finally get to meet my parents. I know a lot of you might know them from their role as church members, but today hopefully you get to see a side of them that I continue to see on the daily. So you know the saying that there are two sides to a story. So you've heard my story about the whole depression that I went through, but obviously my parents also needed to go on their own journey in a sense that, you know, they're dealing with a child who is, you know, not as well as they thought and might be going, you know, well, not might, but was going through a depression. So that's basically what they're going to be chatting about. I'm going to ask them a set of questions and then they're going to answer them. Don't mind them being, you know, able to laugh about other stuff. Like I said, we went through this. We've okay now. We're fine. We're able to laugh at some of those things. And that's basically what it is. I know this video is going to be one that you enjoy. Don't forget to share it with somebody in your world that needs it. I know there's a lot of people that are struggling right now in the moment and they might need to watch this. Whatever you're going through, it does get better. I can promise you that much. Without further ado, speak with me. Let's go.
Hi guys. Pindi Matebula here. Ngatekos mom.
Sorry, the voice is not good, guys. And then she has been preaching on the Easters. And my daughter, you know, really
insisted that we
should do this video.
Talk about the choice of parenthood.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what were your feelings about me studying medicine?
So, I was really excited because I wanted to do medicine and I didn't. So I thought at least someone, you know, is going to do what I wanted to do. So yeah, I was really excited and ecstatic.
Oh yeah, I think it's pride of every parent, you know, to have a child who's doing well and who has taken a brilliant career in life. So it was very exciting. We're so excited about it.
Okay. Were you worried when I started failing?
Actually, I was not. I thought that was part of the journey. In my heart of hearts, I thought, yeah, no. I think she's just getting used to her studies, and as soon as, you know, she gets her footing, then she will start flying.
with me, it didn't trouble me because my entire life I've been failing. So, so when you started failing, I said, well, it's part of life, and then you'll be able to, you know, pick up the pieces and move forward. So it was not a big deal when somebody begins to fail in life, you know.
And then at what point did you realize something was really wrong?
Oh, when you started coming back, you know, home and then being stressed and almost depressed and you were so exhausted and then all that. So, yeah, that is when I started being worried, when you were worried.
I think with me, when you started calling just to tell me I failed again, and I remember getting 2 tutors to help you and you still failed. Actually, you did worse than the first time when you were without tutors. So it got to me at that point that, yeah, things were really bad. They were not as better as I thought they were.
Did you think things would get better?
With me, I always hope up to the end. You know, I always thought, no, things will become better as long as you want to do whatever you want to do.
I think with me, you know, the first year after, you know, realizing that you didn't do as much as we expected you to, I thought next year is going to be a better one. And next year came, and things got worse. You were repeating subjects, but you were actually doing so bad that I realized, this is not going to work.
What were your feelings when I dropped out?
It was not a feeling for me, because the second year when we saw you, you were just eating a lot and sleeping a lot and just, always gloomy and sad. And then
Touchy.
I asked you, yeah, touchy and not nice. You were that horrible daughter that no one wants to have. But yeah,
And she gained weight as well.
yeah, and then you started gaining weight and yeah, no, then I felt, my child, I think if you feel school is not happening for you and you're not doing that well, rather you come back. I'd rather have my daughter with me than to lose her in depression. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the same with me. That's when I said, listen, sometimes you might desire to have other things, which is, there's nothing wrong, but sometimes those things are not made for you as much as you want those things for yourself. So that is when I said, maybe just take a break and begin to go back to the drawing board and ask the Lord exactly what is it that would be best for him, as much as some other things we desire to have them. And that was my take on that one.
I think just to add on that one, I think the zeal to study was there. It's just that this medicine stuff was not working. So as much as I was a bit disappointed that you dropped out, but I told myself, at least she still wants to do something.
Oh, so you were disappointed.
Just a bit, not a bit. Every parent would want their children to do well in life and to study and finish.
Yeah,
I'm not a quitter. So when you quit, it's like,
yeah, especially the first time they ask you, what's your daughter doing? You say, she's doing medicine. And then 3 years later, how's your daughter?
2 years.
2 years later. And how is she doing? Hey, Joe, she has changed. She changed the course, And yeah, but besides that, to me, I'm positive about life. It doesn't bother me.
Okay. Why did you buy the car?
I think because you started calculating yes, as if you are the one who's paying the tuition, checking, that this is how much you have spent for me, and I didn't, do that well, and you wanted to blame yourself, as if you need to perform for us to appreciate you as our daughter. So we decided with your dad, okay, let's rather show her that she doesn't have to do anything. The grace of the Lord, he saves us. And then afterwards, it's not like it is by works that we are saved. We are saved by grace. So we just wanted to tell you that as much as you didn't do well, you are still our daughter and we still love you.
Yeah, we love you unconditionally.
Yeah.
There's no reason for us, to put something or to add something in your love, in our love for you. So we love you unconditionally. But besides that, we wanted you, while you were still praying and just getting a direction, to be mobile, so that you can do whatever that you want to do without you waiting on us, to give you a lift for other things. But above all that, wanted to show you that we love you without you performing, because you don't need to perform, for us to love you. How I wish we could tell other parents to do that. Even us, Christ loved us without us performing or doing anything. So we're showing that love, to you as our daughter without you, doing anything.
I wanted you to be out of that pit of depression. So we thought maybe a car, because it moves, maybe it will come and carry you out of that pit and take you out.
Did it work?
I think it did. I think it was part of, the things that really helped you.
Process,
yeah, it was.
And I think it was a good feeling to sit there and say, oh, I've been loved, even without me.
I'm not sure, because we were even, ashamed to drive it, because you felt people are looking at you and say, they reward you for failure, Joe. Hey, those parents are nice. And we're not that nice. We're really concerned about you.
Okay. Describe that season in one word.
Frustrating.
Confusion.
Okay.
Confusing, yeah.
Describe my behavior in one word.
Bad.
Horrible.
What's the biggest lesson that you learned through all this?
Yeah, that life can be hectic, you know. Sometimes you sit and plan and think, this is what I'm going to do. And I think even, you know, just beyond what you've been going through, even looking at our lives as well, you know, you can sit down and say, this year, this is what I'm going to do. In 5 years, 7 years, this is who I would be. And then life, you know, just happens and you don't get what you were planning and dreaming for. And then, yeah, so I think it taught me.
The scripture says we can plan and do all things, but God has a final word.
His purpose prevails.
That's it. You know, so that's what I've learned in life, that you can desire and you plan things, but at the end of the day, you still need the grace of God, or God has a final say in whatever we do. So that's what I've learned about that.
And you are well able to bounce back, you know, after facing those challenges, after facing that storm. You are well able to bounce back. And looking at you today, it's like, but why were we that stressed? Why were we that concerned? Because, yeah, we've never prayed for you like we had, you know, in that season, because we're really concerned about you. But look at you now and look at God. So,
did you think Australia would have helped?
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe and maybe not. You know, some of these things, as much as we would want to think maybe it could have helped her, maybe she would have been better off when she was in Australia. But the fact that you were here with us and you still emerged victoriously, we are really grateful. Yes, you could have been better or worse, we don't know. But all that we know is that we walked the journey with you and we saw you coming out of it, and now you are good and we are happy. Perfect, not, but yeah, you are good.
Yeah, and what I want to say is that the Lord does not waste any experience.
That's right.
You understand? So whatever we are going through, it's for a reason, not just for a season, but for a reason. And so, yeah, on my side, I think for you to be here and not going to Australia, that trip failed. It is because the Lord wanted you to experience something so that you can use that, you know, for your own benefit and to better the lives of others as well.
What would you say to parents going through the same thing, who have gone through this or going through the same thing?
Don't blame yourself for some of these things. And I'm not saying, you know, you just have to be careless in how you are treating your children. And then when they experience such things, or when maybe they are depressed or they've got some mental issues or emotional issues, then you think, they've got themselves to blame. But I'm just saying, you know, sometimes we tend to blame ourselves, because I remember asking myself, maybe I shouldn't have, because in a way, as much as I wanted to do medicine, I felt responsible that I should have warned you to say, can we not look at something else? Because I knew that it was not going to be an easy road. So, yeah, but we are grateful that you are here today, and we are good about it. So to the parents who have children who are going through that, be patient with yourselves, guys, but be there for your children. Just make sure that you are there, you walk with them, you ask them if they want to talk, because sometimes I would go to Nkateko and ask her, do you want to say something? You say, no. Are you okay? Yes, and you just leave her. You know, sometimes you need to give them that space, but then don't just neglect them and say they don't want, you know, to speak to me. Just go there and ask them if they're okay. Just try to be as normal as you can, so that they can come back and bounce back and just join in this normality of the family.
On my side, when I say, don't push your children to live your dream as a parent. Allow them to be themselves. Allow God to speak to their lives. Allow God to channel them. Allow them to have their own experience in life. Allow them to learn, you know, about life for themselves. But above all that, whatever happens in their lives, give them a support and don't give up on them, and walk with them until the end. Sometimes it's going to be costly, you know, for you as a parent, both emotional, spiritually and financially. But it doesn't matter how much you spend for your children, it is very important to support them until the end. That will be my advice.
I think the other thing, because we are pastors, the one thing that we overlooked was seeking a counselor, someone who would walk with you. But I think if some parents are struggling with their children because of those issues, they should make that one an option, to just seek a counselor, someone who can talk to their children so that they help them in ways and give them, tools and coping mechanisms that you as a parent can give them. So don't act as though you have the know-how in helping them. If you feel you're struggling, please refer them to someone who can work with them.
Yeah, but I went to Auntie Jules.
Oh, yes, I remember. Yeah. It's just that she's part of the family. So in a way, as much as he's a counselor, it's like, I forgot that you did that, yes.
Who's that?
Jules.
Oh, okay.
Tram's daughter,
Okay, yeah.
You remember? Yeah, she walked with you. And that was beautiful. It's just that, we didn't pay because she was part of the family. So that is why it slipped my mind. But for some people, maybe they just have to get a counselor or someone from church who can walk with them. And even if they have to spend something just to assist their children, they need to do that.
Do you still wish I was doing medicine?
Not.
No. On my side, no. I'm convinced now that all things work together.
They do.
Work together for good.
They
Looking
do.
at you where you are, and I strongly believe that you're still gonna impact the world in a different way. For the mere fact that other things did not work, but we see the strength, that the Lord has actually revealed in you, and I strongly believe that you're gonna change the world, Michael, in a different way. There's a leader in you, and there's a visionary in you. There's a passionate woman in you. There's somebody who is passionate about the issues of the country, issues about women. So really, I really am looking forward to see what the Lord is going to unfold in the future. So I'm not gonna live my life in the past and say how I wish
You finished.
and fail to see what the Lord is doing. I strongly believe that the Lord is doing great things. Maybe let me put it this way. It was my sermon yesterday. God makes no mistakes.
It doesn't. And I'm thinking, one thing that I'm appreciative of the experience we've been through with you, as much as you didn't even finish medicine, is the compassion that you now have. It takes someone to fail in doing something that you tend to understand other people, because sometimes we judge them because we've never been there. But with you, now that you've been there, I've seen you, being concerned about other people. They've been doing this, they're struggling with this. So that heart of compassion towards them, I think I'm grateful. So maybe the Lord allowed us as a family and you to go through that so that you may understand other children who are struggling, especially when it comes to the issue of their career and education. So I'm grateful. I'm not looking back to say how I wish she could have finished, because I believe you're doing something great. And right now at school, you are just flying. So who can complain? Every parent
Making an impact in the radio station.
Yeah,
as well.
no, at church,
At church,
you stand there,
so-
you preach. We ask ourselves, what are we trying to do when we preach? So we are grateful for you.
And if anyone is going through challenges at school as a parent, what would you say to them that they might not hear from their own parents?
Never give up on your dream and never give up on yourself. Whatever you face in life, or should I say the way of life, it's full of detours. But if you come to a point where you take a detour, it doesn't mean it's the end of the road. Just take a detour and come back to where you want to be. That is very important. Never give up in life.
Yeah. Okay. I think with me, what I can say to someone who's struggling, I remember with Yongateko, you wanted so much to do medicine. I even asked you, let's look at something, and you told me, this is what I wanted to do, and there's nothing else. And I realized that, sometimes our children, they are so focused on one thing And as soon as they fail in that thing, it's like that's the end of their life. So what I'm basically saying is that be flexible. Just check and look what else can I do? Because I believe there's always another option. If this one doesn't work, try something else. I was devastated when I wanted to do medicine, and I was asking myself, how am I then going to touch lives and impact lives and help people? Now I am a pastor and I'm doing exactly that. Even the doctors they were supposed to be my colleagues, now they are like, church members who are coming to me for a word of counsel, for prayer and everything. So it has worked beautifully at the end. So please just look at other options, and I believe the Lord would help you, and you are still going to impact this nation as much as you wanted to, or you're going to impact the world as much as you want to. Yeah.
There you go, everybody. You normally hear my side of the story. Now you know their side of the story. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next video, love you lots. Bye.
Bye.